If you've ever felt like a crowd is slowly suffocating you while everyone else seems energized, your brain isn't malfunctioning. And no, it's not because you're antisocial, it's not because you're weak, and it's not because you just need to get out more. You're not broken, you're built different, in a way most people will never experience. You walk into a crowded place and it hits instantly, like reality suddenly lost its volume control. For a split second, your body reacts like it's under threat. The noise feels sharper than it should. The movement feels chaotic, almost aggressive. Strangers brushing past you doesn't feel normal, it feels invasive. Your chest tightens, your thoughts start racing. Your brain starts scanning for exits. You look around, confused. Everyone else seems fine. They're laughing, shopping, living. Meanwhile, you feel like you're glitching, like you missed some update everyone else downloaded. Here's the truth nobody ever explains. Your brain isn't failing in crowds. It's doing exactly what it was designed to do. And once you understand why, everything clicks. Let me explain. Number 5, your nervous system doesn't filter reality, it absorbs it. Most people have a built-in mental filter, like noise-canceling headphones for life. Their brain decides what matters and blurs the rest. The chatter fades, the lights soften, the movement becomes background noise. But your brain doesn't do that. Psychologists describe this as heightened sensory processing, which means your nervous system takes in more information than average. You don't just hear sounds, you hear layers. You don't just see people, you read posture, microexpressions, and shifts in energy. Your brain is recording everything at once. No filter, no dimmer switch, no pause button. It's like standing under a waterfall while everyone else is standing in the rain. That's why crowds exhaust you so quickly, not because you're fragile, but because your brain is running a marathon while others are coasting. Studies show people with high sensory sensitivity process stimuli significantly deeper than others. And here's the part nobody tells you. This trait didn't disappear. It kept our ancestors alive. While others missed subtle danger, people like you noticed the sound that didn't belong, the silence that felt wrong, the shift in atmosphere before anything happened. Your sensitivity isn't a flaw. It's an ancient survival advantage that never shut off. Number 4, you're not drained by people. You're drained by emotional noise. Crowds aren't just loud physically. They're loud emotionally. In big groups, people perform. They smile when they don't feel happy, laugh when nothing's funny, say I'm good when they're anything but. And you feel that disconnect instantly. You notice when words don't match tone, when energy doesn't match expressions, when tension hides behind casual conversation. Psychologists call this emotional attunement. Your brain flags emotional inconsistencies faster than most. That's why small talk feels unbearable. It's not shallow to you, it's dishonest. Most people glide through surface-level interactions on autopilot, but your brain feels the friction immediately. Here's the twist. This is why you crave depth. You'd rather have one real conversation at 2 a.m. than attend 10 fake parties. Research shows people who avoid crowds often score higher in emotional intelligence and self-awareness. You're not socially awkward. You're socially selective. You don't avoid people. You avoid emotional waste. And in a world addicted to surface-level connection, that makes you rare. Number 3, your brain chemistry rewards depth, not stimulation. Extroverted brains run on dopamine. Crowds, noise, constant interaction. That's their fuel. But your brain responds differently. In highly stimulating environments, dopamine doesn't energize you. It overwhelms you. Your heart rate increases, mental clarity drops, your nervous system shifts into stress mode. Your body starts asking for escape. But here's what makes you different. Your brain relies more on acetylcholine, the chemical linked to focus, reflection, creativity, and deep thinking. It activates in calm environments, in quiet moments, in solitude. That's why silence doesn't feel empty to you. It feels alive. Neuroscientists have found that brains wired like yours show increased activity in the prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for insight, planning, and complex thought. So when you're alone, you're not disengaged from life. You're engaging with it at a level most people never reach. Late night silence, early mornings before the world wakes up, long walks with no destination. That's not avoidance. That's where your mind does its best work. You're processing life in high resolution while others skim the surface. Number 2, you don't just feel your emotions, you absorb everyone else's. You've felt this before. You walk into a room and instantly sense something is off. Nothing obvious happened. Everyone's smiling, but your body knows before your mind does. Your chest feels heavy, your thoughts slow down, tension settles in for no clear reason. That's because your nervous system is wired for emotional mirroring. Psychologists call this high affective empathy. Most people feel their own emotions first and others second. You feel the room first and yourself second. Now imagine a crowd. You're not just carrying your own emotional state, you're absorbing stress from strangers, excitement from one group, anxiety from another, all at once. It's like every radio station is playing simultaneously. No wonder your mind wants out. But here's the reframe. This isn't emotional weakness, it's emotional bandwidth. You understand people deeply because you feel what they feel before they explain it. That's why people open up to you unexpectedly, why strangers tell you things they don't usually share. In quiet environments, this empathy becomes a gift. In crowds, it becomes overload. So when you step away, you're not avoiding connection, you're regulating it. Number 1, you're not avoiding life, you're protecting your inner clarity. The world glorifies noise, busyness, constant connection. If you don't participate, people assume something's wrong with you. But here's what they don't understand. Silence isn't empty for you. It's full of clarity, creativity, self-awareness. When you're alone, your nervous system finally exhales. Your thoughts organize themselves. Your emotions settle. This is where your best ideas come from, where you feel grounded, where you reconnect with yourself. Most people spend their lives running from silence. They fill it with noise because they don't know how to sit with themselves. You do. And most people never develop that level of inner regulation in their lifetime. You're not missing out by stepping back from crowds. You're opting out of a game that was never designed for your mind. You choose depth over chaos, meaning over stimulation, clarity over constant input, and that choice takes strength. So when someone asks why you don't like crowded places, remember this. You're not broken. You're not antisocial. You're simply listening to the world more closely than most. You see deeper. You feel deeper. And in a world that never stops screaming, your quiet awareness is power. You're not built for noise. You're built for depth. So tell me, do crowds drain you or do they energize you? Drop a comment. Let's see how many of us choose peace over chaos. And if this felt like it finally put words to something you've always felt, subscribe. This is where people like you find their people.